Hi, this is Susan Davis with Diamond D Graphics. Thanks for stopping and checking out my video. Why WordPress? Why are we using WordPress to develop websites? Diamond D Graphics is using WordPress to build websites, and I've been using it for several years now. I've used lots of different software to build websites over the years. I started my business in 1998, so that's how long I've been doing this. And after trying several different softwares, and WordPress became so popular, I find WordPress to be the easiest content management system to use. And that's a mouthful. What is content management software? There's several of those out there that you can use, and I've used several of them, but I find that WordPress is the easiest. And basically what content management means is there's these communities, huge communities of web designers and code builders that develop this software where you can manage where your content is going to be on a website. It's going to be, for instance, on my website here, how am I going to manage the content that goes here, the content that goes over here, this content? It's all coded and developed where I can come in on the back side and work on my website using only browser software, which right now I'm using Chrome, meaning I don't have to have web design software, some special software. If I'm the customer, I can hire Diamond D Graphics to build a website and then come in here as a customer and I can make some changes without having to bother Susan. But there's a learning curve. There's a lot to learn with WordPress. That being said, so WordPress, again, is the easiest one I've found to offer all the bells and whistles that my customers want on a website. WordPress software is free. And if you go to wordpress.com, there's a huge support system behind it. You can find all the themes, they're called themes, templates to run your website. There's help, all kinds of help. You can go and get help on the wordpress.com website. It becomes overwhelming though, if you're just a person that doesn't know web design. That's the reason I'm doing these videos. It's a lot easier to watch one of my videos and just take it in little chunks versus trying to read a bunch of instructions and try to follow along that way. It's just, it's a lot to learn. So that's the reason I decided to make these tutorials, these video tutorials. That being said, when I say free, you probably go, well, then why are you charging me this amount of money to build your website? Well, the software is free, but I know how to upload the software, set it up, build this website the way you see it here. Very complicated. That's what you're paying me for. Not to mention my graphic design ability, my artwork, all this background stuff and all these images. That's where I excel in Photoshop software. WordPress is probably the most popular, I would say, software for building websites out there. If you go look at, you name it, all the large companies are, many large companies are using WordPress for their websites. WordPress also offers all these, they're called plugins, and they're little software programs that have been built by the WordPress community. And the plugins allow me to offer you all the functionality that you want on your website, all the little extras, bells and whistles. For instance, photo galleries is a good example. You come to me and you say, well, I want a photo gallery where I have all these pictures, and then if people click on it, it would show this nice photo gallery. Well, back in the day, I'd have to write all that code myself, and that takes a lot of time. And now you come to me and say you want a photo gallery, I can find a plugin, a WordPress plugin. I don't have to write the code, so that saves me a lot of time. And then all I have to do is worry about getting it in here and adding your images, and there's a lot to it, but it allows me to do all these different functionalities. Like here's a testimonial plugin, a Facebook plugin, this is a plugin. All these little things over here on the side are plugins, and plugins usually are on the sides, depending on how your website's laid out. You can have little plugins located in different sections of the website. But today I want to talk about, let's go over here to the dashboard. Once the website is built, if I built it, then I'm going to give you the information to be able to log into your dashboard. This is the back end. Nobody can see this but you. And this is where you work on your website. And any changes you make here are going to be shown up over here on the live site. And when I work on a website, I like to have these two tabs open, the live site and the dashboard. So I can make changes over here. I can come over here and refresh the page and see my changes. So here's the dashboard. And this is the first screen you see when you come to the dashboard is right here. Different things will show up here depending on what plugins and what themes you're using. And you can move these around. Here's a quick draft. If you wanted to just throw up a quick post, you could do that here. You can move these little boxes around if you want. Then, now my menu is going to look different than yours. A beginning website, when you first start on a WordPress website, is not going to have all this, but I'm using my website as an example. But today I'm going to talk about the pages and posts, which are the two starting points with a website. You're going to have pages and posts. Now, what's the difference? Well, pages are more like information that's never going to change, like about me. This is a page describing who I am. That information is static. It's not going to change. I just leave it up there. Same with all these, my web products, my print. All these are pages. Contact me page. Everything here is a page except for this right here, news. Back over here. When you set up your pages to begin with, the very beginning, you have to tell WordPress what's going to be your home page and what's going to be your news page. You do that down here under settings. If you go to general, okay, that's not where you find it. I believe it's under maybe reading. Yeah, right here. Your front page, what's it going to be? It's my home page. Here's all my pages. My home page is my front page. And then for all my posts, it's going to be under the news page. So that tells WordPress where to find these two pages. So if I go back to pages, see if we can find my home page. There it is right there. That's my home page. And my news page is where all the posts are going to be. Now if I click on that news page, there's nothing there. That's the way it should be. Because anything I post is going to show up on this page. And WordPress just needs to know. Tell me what page you want your all your posts to show up on. And I've told it the news page. So don't put anything in here. Back to pages. And you could call that whatever you wanted. I just called it news. The home page has all this. This is my home page. Here's all the information in here about my home page, which shows up over on the home page right here. So that is a page, and I have all my information in there. But the news page is strictly for posts. So if I go over here to the news page right here and click on it, it's going to show every post that I've made. Here's my posts. And WordPress was originally, I do believe, designed to be just a blog software, but then it became so popular, everybody's using it. So here's my posts, and every single one of those is going to show up over here on my news page. If I keep scrolling, you'll see them. Here's a recent blogs. Here it shows a link to some of my most recent news articles. And let me say that news articles, fresh content on your website's very important. Everything we do on a website is affecting our search engine rankings. And believe me, when I build a website, I've got that as my #1 thought. There's so much to building a website and having the rankings as good as you can get them. And you just need to know, as your web designer, I have that #1 on my mind. There's, everything I do is geared toward getting you good search engine results. So one of those ways is to add fresh content to your website. Not only does it show people that you are an active business and you're on the move, you're a go-getter, but the search engines are picking up on all those news articles and all the words you're using to describe whatever it is you're talking about in your posts. Very important. That being said, let's take a look at a post. If you wanted to add a new post, you just would go right here. If I wanted to make changes to this current one right here, here's my title. I type in whatever I want there. Then I come down here, and this is like any document software that you might use. I typed in my article here, and I've got some images in there. And then over here are categories. And you can fit your news articles into different categories. And you can see all the categories I have. Why is that important? Search engines. Like I said, everything has a ranking, a weight to it. And the more descriptive and details you can get on your website, the better your search engine rankings are going to be. and categories have an influence on that. So I highly suggest that you create the categories and use them. The other thing about posts are tags. And tags are important as well for search engines because they're picking these up as keywords. Maybe you've heard that term, keywords. Keywords are words that people are going to be searching on when they go to a search engine to find your service. For instance, content management system software, Diamond D graphics. These tags are everything I've added in here to help my search engine results. That being said, these tags had better be up here in the text. They need to be, or I'm going to get docked. Search engine rankings. Search engines will grade you according to how you've built your website. So if I don't have these tags up in here, they're gonna say, oh no, she's trying to get away with shenanigans. You know, she's trying to get a better search engine result just by plugging in anything she wants over here. That's not how it works. You got to have it up here in your actual content. So I do use tags, and then if I came in here and made changes, I'd have to update using this update link in order to see my changes over on the live site. Okay, I think that's all I'm going to cover today. I hope that helps you understand the beginnings of WordPress and how it all works at a beginning level. And thanks for watching. Bye.